So we have now our plastic surgeon coming back to the meeting after a few years, Patrick Sullivan. Rocket. Come in.
Thank you. Thanks very much. It's great to be back. Thank you, Jose. It is really wonderful to be back, and especially to talk about a subject with male and female facelifts, how they're so different, and how we certainly don't want to masculinize females or feminize males, and especially at a time like this. And the few people have reported it very well before me. So just disclosures, this is all about artistry as far as I'm concerned. And when you look immediately at this, how do you know the gender? Immediately, it doesn't take even a second to see what the male and the female is here. And it's all about the planning that Rodin did. So I'm taking you back to the Rodin Museum again. And also the way they would mock this up, a huge amount of planning went in, and I think that's just what needs to go into our treatment as well. The planning of the surgery and the planning of the whole concept of whether we're using fillers and neuromodulators. So I think as Deb was talking about this morning, this is a continued lifelong passion of study and learning. And I was trying to be better the next day than you were today, going to these places from the Louvre to the places in the United States, looking at these statues. Look at the difference here between the men and the women from the Rodin Museum, and just the way that these are portrayed when all they had was marble and things like that. We have faces, at least, that we can work on, but this whole idea of masculinity and femininity, and where you have the angularity here, much more angular in the more masculine, and then you're getting these softer lines in the more feminine side. And so looking to see what your patients want. You know, you can instantly see what the sex is of these sculptures, and is when you get this more angular jawline, the more masculine one, the more curved and softer one of the female. So we've already had this done very well by Jose and Ava. So these are some of the characteristic features, but just going through some of these things with that straighter, thicker brow that the male has, and it was discussed this morning, not to make those too high. The thinner lips for the male, and not to feminize the male kind of beauty that you'll see with females. This statue was supposedly done, Venus de Milo, back in 100 BC, and yet these are same kind of features that we've been talking about in the two previous speakers, and all of these angularities and studies that have been done that I think are really helpful, showing that kind of arch brow that was discussed this morning, especially with the Botox treatment, which I thought was an amazing panel, and also this fuller area in the cheek region, and to try to get fuller lips, but again, not too full, so we'll be hearing more about this afternoon. And then these classic beauties, beautiful eyebrows here, and fuller cheeks and great lips, and then this whole heart-shaped look of the face. So that's actually what I'm looking for a female, but not all the time, because I think you can get caught up too much in the numbers and too much in the formulas. But you can see here, this is what we were looking for, the same thing Rodin did when he was trying to get to a normal, beautiful female, is what I was trying to do with this 3-year follow-up. So again, not just treating by the numbers. So for people who want to see videos of these patients, which I think are really, really key, just go to my website, or there are also a lot of them on my Instagram page as well. But the whole idea, it's all about artistry and technique, not by the numbers, but just bringing in those pictures from before. And I think that's much better than just the formulas. Yeah. Thank you very much.
Beautiful.
Oh my God.